Hello gamers, my name is KK and today we have one more intense hot video from one of the highest arenas in the game in the hardest maps. Yes, this is one of those and I fucking adore this maps because I smash my opponents on every map like this, and this is like one of my favorite things about Battles 2 right now. And today I'm gonna show you how can you use meta that really exists on these maps and how can you abuse it against your opponents and get some easy wins. Alright, so this is Moab Pit, and I would say it's like 65-66 trophies or so. The meta is Boomerang, Tag, and Submarine. The strategy is pretty much flawless, because first you begin the game just like I do. So I did a 1-0-2 tag shooter with the Oben. Oben is good here for DDTs because his wall of trees sucks in the DDTs, and also his brambles are the safety net for you. Boomerang must be in the same spot that I placed because this is the best spot by far that I figured out. Next, you need to retarget your Boomerang on last because this is the smartest way to deal until round 6, because on round 7 you will have to retarget it on first back, and you never upgrade middle crosspath on the Boomerang. With the Boomerang you always want to go the bottom crosspath with the top tier 3 or tier 4, because this is just objectively much better thing. Like, even though on paper it seems like the Boomerang middle path should be stronger, no. In real game, in real life scenario, the bottom path 302 is a leaps and bounds better than the other one. Now by round 8 and now in the beginning of round 9 I had an 800 eco. That's maximum of what you can go for. I keep on doing the blue balloons because I'm trying to get some more money, but I always have enough money to actually afford the reactor and to defend the rushes that my opponent might send at me. Once I make sure that the guy is not gonna rush me anytime soon because he's sending eco and stuff, I actually quickly spend the money I accumulated on the pings so that I can convert it into the eco. And now look at this. So around 15 I don't waste my money. I'm trying to save up some cash. I prepare because I upgraded the tower that might become the maelstrom, so tier 3 tech shooter. And now what I do, I layer the LEDs with the ceramics. He boosted, and now what do? Yes, I just re-rush him with the layered rush with the regrow ceramics. He has this super monkey, he has a lot of stuff, but it's bullshit and it's not gonna work because the guy is just too greedy. Always remember to abuse these kind of strategies that your opponents pull off against you. Next opponent, the map is Basalt columns, and this video I would say it will be focused on Basalt because the second and the third game will take place on this map. This map is considered widely hated by the Battles 2 players, and not by me and not by good players. Most players don't know how to play on this map, and when you start figuring out how to actually play it on Basalt, it becomes such a treat for your gamer brain. Because look, we begin with the 1-0-2 tech shooter into the third pass tech shooter. If you did not upgrade it, you can do just like I did, the 0-0-0 in the bottom. But since I was already first blooded, I kind of don't care. I will show you. Probably this is one of the variations that works. So one of them could be just upgrade 203 tech shooter. But this is the other one, which involves the Boomerang. For example, if you need more Boomerang XP, you wanna start with this one because here we will invest more money into the Boomerangs and you will get more XP. So when you reach round 5, you start upgrading the thing. So if he rushes you with space stuff, you upgrade the tech shooter. If he keeps rushing you with greens, you upgrade the Boomerang into the tier 300, and then slowly but surely you upgrade your Boomerang into 302. 302 is capable of defending most of the things, even without the tech shooters, so it's pretty darn decent. The tech shooter that I placed near the Boomerang is the future maelstrom if I need it. So you always want to think a few steps ahead, and here I thought, okay, I will probably use this because usually you wanna have the Maelstrom micro on this map because your opponents kinda try to kill you and they are very aggressive here. So just be prepared. And if I can use this now and it will be useful later on in the game, that's a very smart placement of the tower. Now I got 800 eco and now I'm doing the blues. As you can see, I went for the reactor on round 11 and this is what I recommended to do as well. So don't be over aggressive, over eager with your eco because your opponent will murder you, because there is a very powerful rush on round 11 where you just do the boosted purples, and if you don't have the reactor, you are not defending this. So you need to be prepared and you need to play very carefully. Now I upgrade the blade shooter, which will soon become the blade maelstrom. On round 16, be aware of the rush with the ceramics, and as you can see, yeah, my opponent did rush me with ceramics, but he sent only like two bunches with the two ceramics, so it's like nothing. Alright, I didn't even need to buy a maelstrom, but as you can see, there could be two scenarios. So first, I sold, as I did here, it's a risky one. I sold my maelstrom and I reinvested into the eco, and now he rushes me, and instead of buying maelstrom, I bought the more glaives. They are comparable, so more glaives is very strong and it's not micro intensive, so you don't need to micro with this tower. But the difference between maelstrom and more is that you can sell maelstrom because you will be able to instantly plant it again if you need the ability. But with more you cannot sell it because it's a good tower, but the moment you sell the boomerang, your defense crumbles. That's not what you wanna get. Now, this is a pretty late game for the Basalt because my opponent rushes me with 3 fortified Moabs. I even upgraded the Maelstrom and I rushed him with the Moabs, with the BFB, and now with the Moabs, and poof, the guy sucks with his micro, so he choked. Yes, beautiful. It was like round 20 something, and yep. Even with the late game on Basalt, you can easily do this. Now, I'm playing against Pineapples. I played many times against this guy, and most of them I won. But this is just a good game to demonstrate you. Now, I will not focus as much on my part, because I already explained how it works, as on the Pineapples and how can we exploit his strategy. So, as you can see, he plays no tech, which is... you can do this, but it's not the smart play. He played Boomer Quincy. Also, his mistake is to upgrade the Boomer into the faster shooting. I already told you why. So you always want to do the bottom path with the Boomerang. It's much stronger. He sold and bought so many towers, and I pressure him with the yellows because not always you wanna actually go for the most efficient eco, because sometimes you need to adjust your rushes to the towers of your opponent. So I knew that he would struggle with the spaced yellows, so I opted for actually rushing him with that rush. Also, on this map, I highly recommend you choosing the spot that I'm using for the boomerangs. His spot is bullshit, and because once the balloons go in range of the reactor, nothing is there to meet the balloons that will go out of the reactor, because the reactor cannot pop everything. There will always be some balloons that are left over. And this is the thing, my boomerang spot already counters these balloons that will come out from the reactor, but his boomerang does nothing to support this cause. So it's kind of bullshit spot, don't do this. Now, he has 2 boomerangs and he hasn't revealed any other towers to me, while I showed him all 3 of my towers, and honestly it's okay. Now, I have 800 eco by round 10 because we played quite aggressive, but I bought my boomerangs. Now I buy the Camo D, I bought the 302 and boosted because he decided to rush me. Now with this I have the 420 reactor, I have the boomerang, and now I need to think ahead. What other rushes can he send at me? The rainbows. Also ceramics, which ceramics will be very dangerous. So in order to counter this, I prepare to get the maelstrom. All right, I rushed him with the ceramics, but he bought the boomerang in time. But his defenses are kind of weak. I'm not sure it was his third tower, but he is refusing to show me the third tower, which is okay, because it could be the boat. In order to both pull the BFBs, there is always the possibility of that. So yeah, and as you can see, boom, Maelstrom and all of his ceramics gone. He just wasted like 6,000 bucks on this rush, and as always, I use this technique. Maelstrom into more glaives, so that you don't have to micro too hard, because this game has delay with the micro and it's risky. I lost too many times, and now I developed Maelstrom into the more, and this is really solid. Now I place the overdrive with the more, and it easily kills the Moab, and I win versus my opponent. Yep, this is how you win on these maps. Basalt, we love you and we hate you. Alright guys, please press like and subscribe, press the notifications and share this video with your friends, because I think it's really useful and pretty fun to watch, because we're crushing sweaty opponents. See ya in the next one.